Hello everyone, welcome back again to Spiritual Growth Tarot. Today I'm using the Monstero, Monster Tarot, and this reading will be for Tuesday, August 24th, 2021, and I'll do my best to not get my tongue all mixed up between words and try to combine two words together and come out with a word like gratitude. Oh my goodness. Oh, goodness. Okay, so Tuesday, August 24th, 2021, I'm opening to the highest levels of love, truth, and light, wisdom, to find out what it is that we need to know in order to evolve our souls and come back home to the pure spirits that we truly are, so that that light may shine upon the planet, so that who we truly are can emanate from the inside out and mirror back to us in life exactly the beauty and love that we are. The love, truth, and beauty that we are, rather than all these mixed up messages, which, you know, that happens. That's going to happen 50% of the time because we're on planet Earth and we are unitive beings living on a dualistic planet. Okay, so we have the Wheel of Fortune reversed. Well, this kind of goes with what I was talking about. When things don't go exactly the way you've planned. I can't wait. We have to look at these critters. Oh, I love it. Hysterical. Yeah, the worm will turn. Yes, it just depends on which way you're looking at it. In this deck, I'm sorry, it's Joanna Nelson. Hold on, her name's not there. Trish Sullivan wrote the little guide. The deck I have is so old, it has the Illuminator. It's an extra card. I guess I should add it in there, shouldn't I? I was just afraid it was going to get all messed up. But Joanna Nelson, here we go, right there, Joanna Nelson. And I found it on Etsy if you like it. She also makes another deck too, the Whispering Spirits, which maybe I'll use tomorrow. Okay, so Wheel of Fortune reversed has us in that place where we can be feeling stuck. It can have to do with delays. It can be just a little bit of not getting what you want. You know, you've been working, and with the Five of Wands, this might be a little bit of an argument that didn't go well and has you feeling upside down. And it could especially be an argument because these two cards are, mirroring, bookending, flanking the Wheel of Fortune. So here we are in like a little bit of a setback, a little bit of a delay, a little bit of feeling upside down. And it's because of, I love this, the Five of Wands. We've got the two ladybugs looking at each other and like, what are those idiots doing? Why do they always have to fight? Does everything have to be a competition? Little butterflies are up there going, yeah, come on, you guys. We can transform this into something more beautiful. Now, if this is a game, if this is a summer recreation type of like this could be a, baseball game or something like that, because we've got the wands that smack things around. If that's what it is, then have fun. And you're in that structure of the rules and regs. With the Hierophant, we can be in that place where we're needing to commit to something. And my hope for all of us is that, the faith that I have is that all of us at some point will come back home to our own inner authority, to the true authority that we are, and it's not conforming to arbitrary authority. Sometimes this card can be about learning It can also be about teaching. This combo here together can be what many people in their leadership run up against is you'll get people arguing with you, with your point of view and not understanding what you're trying to say. And it does help us to communicate a little bit better. And then, but on another level, it's letting go of feeling upside down just because somebody didn't agree with you, or because somebody really just wants to this happens, this is one of those things that I always try to hold a lot of compassionate space for, because I've learned over the years with doing spiritual counseling work, or spiritual therapy is what I like to call it. I try to teach, but without being judgy as best I can. But I'm human. So anyway, what I wanted to speak to is that some people, because of these two cards it reminded me of, imagine this as a parent. Imagine, you've come into this world, you've spiraled in from that realm of unity and beauty, and here you are in this planet of duality where everything seems to be like this or that. The ladybugs are like, oh my goodness, they're in that again. They're in that this or that type of thing. And the little monster's over here going, yeah, rolling his eyes up. I know. And like I said, for games, it can be fun. But, and you have to stick with the rules of the game. You don't want to put yourself in the upside down position by breaking the rules, right? But if this speaks to any type of wounding that, trauma that we encounter when we're growing up, we just have to imagine being a baby, an infant, who is coming from this realm of 100% bliss and unity and love, where you can't even have a negative thought. But we do in each lifetime, at least this is what I believe, and if you don't take it on, but I believe that we choose our parents in order to rewound us in just the way that we need to be rewounded, so that we can become conscious of some aspect within ourselves that wasn't in alignment with truth. And so I don't believe that we incarnate fully, who we truly are. It's just a part. It's just an egoic fragment that is separated from the brilliance and the authority of who you truly are. But we come into this earthly plane, and our first, we've left the beauty of where you were completely 100% accepted and loved for just who you are, without any need to be anything different. You're loved for who you truly are. And then here we come into, like, bam, earthly plane, and our first mirrors of authority. I don't know if you were anything like in my generation when I came in. They smacked us all on the butt to get us to take our first breath, like we weren't going to do that on our own, right? Like idiots, but they did that. And these cards remind me of this negative encounter with authority. And that can spin us and put us upside down on our heads and have us going, what? What is going on? So sometimes in relationship, if you've grown up in a home where the only attention you got was when you were, either misbehaving or yelling or, confronting someone else, and maybe the only way your parents, speaking to a lot of us here, where sometimes the only connection, that's the key word there I was looking for, the only connection we got with our parents, or let's say it was 75% of the time, or more than half the time, the only connection we got with our parents was something combative, something where we had to struggle to try and keep our little beautiful hearts open as we're growing up. Because the Five of Wands is all about conflict and egos clashing together. So, of course, when that happens over and over, you get into this cycle of feeling like life is just a battle. Life is just a struggle, and we do struggle in life. That is one of the things that we do. Until we get the earthly plane evolved up to a better to a better experience, it's just going to be the way it is. But the challenge is always to keep your heart open and just struggle to keep the love going. That should be our only struggle. But we're human, and we're completely, we all have little faults and ways of moving through life that is probably not the best, and it's just the way it is. So accepting that is key. But if your experience with authority, as in your parents, caretakers, teachers, older siblings, even younger siblings that seem to have a lot more power, your family environment at home, if that was fraught with competition, struggle, people clashing, even chaos, because all the fives are pretty chaotic. It's the nature of the five, right? And here we have, this is the fifth card as well. So the Hierophant rules all the fives. So it's always, within the fives, it's always going to be an authority issue. That's a key, tarot takeaway here. And the way to work with that is to understand what you're doing when you're doing it. You know what I mean? Like if you need to have the last word, if you need to be the one that's right, if you feel a lot of life force attached to negative pleasure, which is, here's a short spiritual teaching. I'll try not to make this too long, but being that we come from that realm of 100% bliss, that is the pleasure current, the life force that we are hardwired to and to go back to. But we have these sojourns on earth in order to help us work out where we're cross-wired and not plugged in to the pure 100% pleasure. And we're not going to get 100% pleasure here on earth 100% of the time, because that's not the way this plane of reality is constructed. So if we're cross-wired to always struggle, or often struggle, often fight, often confront, often to battle with our family members, then in relationship as we're growing up, that's going to happen over and over and over and over again. And you're going to experience, sometimes you'll experience submission. Well, because somebody wants to connect with you so badly, they'll let you beat them up. And but then you're going to feel guilty, right? And then other times you're going to experience rejection because nobody wants to play like that all the time in relationship. So if you feel this place inside of you where, or this can happen to you in relationship with others where they're doing it to you, but if that tendency to want to confront is, confront all the time and not in a loving way. Loving confrontation is like, hey, I notice that I do this, and then it feels like you do that, and maybe we're triggering each other in something that needs to heal. And can we explore that? That's loving confrontation, where you love a person through it, but you see your part in it, right? Because that's basically the only place where we have any control. So, long story short here is that the pleasure current, it's all because the life force is all one energy current, that if we have distortions, like, this is the way it would flow, inwardly and outwardly in a big spiral, circular, movement of love. If that's the natural way for it to flow, wherever we're not in that, then we know that we're not in truth. Then we know that we're in some type of a struggle, and we're compromising or giving our power away or we're pushing people away because we're needing to be right and we want them to commit to and get in alignment with our rules. If we're doing those things, then we're just going to end up like this, upside down, more and more and more, because most people don't have the courage to say, hey, you know what, you're kind of cruel. Usually what most people do is just go away. Or they'll fight with you for a little bit and then realize, what, this is an unending battle. This is it's turned into a war to be in relationship with you, and I don't want to do this anymore. So they usually just go away. It takes a lot of love to confront what's really going on both parties. So I offer that just because it seems to be coming through here in the cards. On another level, we are holding space for a lot of warring, actual war that's going on the planet with Afghanistan and not just Afghanistan, but anywhere else where they're trying to balance out, this struggle. And so the way to turn it all around, though, is to get back to that place where you realize that you can open to your love, and you can put your love out there into the world with just your thoughts, your attitude, your emotional body that's pure and clear, and you can turn like the wheel of fate, the wheel of karma. You can create good fortune and good karma in your life. As long as you hold to your true authority as to who you are, and you believe in yourself. The Hierophant is so strongly related to believing in yourself. And struggle to keep your heart open. Just struggle to love yourself and others through this. But, be as honest as you can, and maybe be a little courageous like these two ladybugs here. Going, hey, maybe we should talk, because this isn't working anymore. Yeah. And if that's the case, your guides and higher selves, will be right there with you, helping you through it. But it requires slowing down, putting down the baton, the branch, breathing, deeply breathing, getting back inside your body and out of your head, and then you can just shift reality. So here's to coming back home to who we truly are. Okay, you guys, I hope everyone's well. Take good care, and I'll be back soon. Okay, bye.